Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. It's been a little while. We've done a lot of stuff since our last video. I think we got the shifter done in the Sandrail. Got that stuff kind of tied up. We were getting ready to go to the sand dunes for Labor Day weekend, which we did. And in this video here, we're just going to kind of catch everybody up on what all we did and what's been going on. So let's get right to it. So this here will be the last you'll see of the Sandrail. Well, it may show up in other videos, it just won't be mine because I sold it. We were out at the dunes. My son's buddy that he does a lot of work with and stuff really likes that sand car. And I was telling him, maybe in the spring, I told him in the spring I could probably get $4,000 out of this thing. Then I'll take that and I'll put it in a pot with my vacation pay and tax returns, what have you. Then I'm going to try to get a long travel Sandrail because that one wasn't a long travel. We only had about 3.5, 4 inches of travel on that thing. It was fast and low and wide, and it was hard to tip over or anything, but it just wasn't. I want a long travel, something with 10 inches a foot of travel, something I can jump and it'll absorb the landing and stuff. So we're going to move up and on with the Sandrail thing. So I sold that. Then I bought my grandson a new dirt bike because the one he had was just getting too small for him.
till it catches. Stand on.
Wait till it catches. Push it till it catches. Now jump up. You watching Bubba ride his motorcycle? Yeah? Watching Bubba ride? Decided my grandson likes the new dirt bike. You can see he's having a good time with it. We took it out to the dunes with us, and his tire was just bristling with nails and nail holes and everything. We patched it up twice out there. What a nightmare. Because people over the years have brought pallets and barn wood and old sheds that they've torn down and whatever, but mostly old pallets full of nails and screws and what have you. And they've burnt those things out there in the camping area where we camp right at the base of Sand Mountain. And there's nails everywhere. I mean, there's just nails everywhere. And my son's daughters have their four-wheelers, so they can take off out into the sand to get away from the nails, and they can have fun and ride around there by camp and do whatever they want and not worry about getting flat tires and stuff. And I thought about filling these tires up with slime, which I may still do. I don't think I'll fill them up with slime. I may take them and fill them up with, well, they've got that foam. I can't think of what they call it off the top of my head, but they've got this foam stuff. You like cut a hole in the top of the tire. You put your valve stem at the bottom, roll the tire so that your valve stem is on the bottom, and squirt that stuff in there. And when it comes out the top, it's full. And you don't have to worry about plugging the hole or anything. You let it set for 24 hours or whatever. It gets solid. He can ride. He can come back with 40 nails just bristling out of those tires, and they won't go flat. And it's a little rough, but they use that stuff in like forklifts and machines that they use like in a scrap yard or something, where you're always cutting your tires on a piece of steel or jabbing a sharp piece of steel into a tire or whatever. So they'll use that stuff in those tires, and I'm going to put that in this dirt bike, I think. But then I got to thinking about a winter project to make a small sand car for him, because I think he'd really like to have that. So we bought this. So I just picked this little jewel up yesterday. Found it in local classified ads. It's older. It's not very pretty, but this thing runs really solid. It's just a little 160cc quad, so it's two-wheel drive, which is what we want. It's a 4-stroke, so it runs off of regular pump gas. We don't have to mess with that mixed gas. We're going to take this little thing, pull all the plastics, these front and rear racks, pull all that stuff off of it. And we're gonna turn this into a little sand car with a seat in it, steering wheel, pedals. We'll have a hand shift. It's a 5-speed semi-automatic, so we don't have to mess with the clutch. If you notice, there's no clutch lever here. But check this out. Has reverse. So guys, imagine this, with all of this junk gone, we'll use the rear drive and the motor on the back end of the little car. We'll cut this frame right here, right in front of the engine, and we'll fabricate frame rails for it, and we'll put a seat right here in front of where the motor is. We'll extend this front end out, and we'll have foot controls, and we'll have a shift lever instead of a shift pedal like this. And we'll have a shift lever and a reverse lever and a steering wheel. It already has a nice suspension on it. We'll just incorporate that. And my grandson and my granddaughters, I think we'll have a pretty cool little sand car. We have the technology, so we're going to build that little thing and make it pretty cool for the kids to play with. I think, you know, it'll have a full roll cage on it. It'll be safe. You know, he could ride this for all intents and purposes. He could ride this thing just the way it is, but it scares me. These quads and four-wheelers, people get hurt a lot on them, and I never forgive myself if my grandson had that thing roll over on top of him and broke his neck or something and was in a wheelchair for the rest of his life or something. With the little sand car, he's sitting down in it. He's got a 4-point harness on. He could tip it over, and you know, he could maybe break a hand or something if he reached out or whatever, but he's not gonna, you know, nothing, you know what I mean. We don't even want to talk about it. So I don't want something like that rolling over on top of him. We'll make a little sand car. We'll make it very safe, and then he can have a lot more fun, and I can have a lot more fun not having to worry about him getting hurt. So, you know, if he was older, if he was up in his teens or something, hey, fine, you know, he could have something like that. But he's 9, and he just, I don't want him on something like that where he's got a chance of rolling it over on top of himself. I mean, there's no safety. You know, the only safety you have on one of those is your helmet, whatever gear you got on. That helmet doesn't stop you from getting your neck broken or whatever. In fact, in some cases, I think it actually helps because it's so big and there's more leverage there. Your neck can get twisted a lot easier if you get in trouble. So, not that I don't want him wearing a helmet, but, you know, the point is, I don't want him on something like that. So, we're going to be doing a bunch more videos on this thing, getting it ready, prepped, cut, sliced, diced, welded, all that good stuff. And we're going to build a little mini sand car out of that thing. So, it ought to be fun. So, and then we got some more projects coming up. I got to throw a hunting knife together here next weekend for a buddy of mine at work. So we'll do that next weekend, and we're going to still try to get that chopper finished before the snow flies. I'd like to get that competition chopper done. So we got a lot in the works, a lot going on. sorry I haven't been putting out a lot of videos, but it's our busy time of year. I've been working my butt off. And, you know, we went out to the dunes here a couple of weeks ago, and I got sick. I don't know why, but I caught some kind of bug. I didn't feel good that whole weekend. Just a lot of things going on. And so next weekend, look for another video. We're going to make a hunting knife. And while we're making that hunting knife, we may go ahead and incorporate and start do another video on the competition chopper and start trying to get that thing wrapped up too. I'd like to get it done here pretty quick because I want that tree down and out of the yard before the snow flies. And the only reason I haven't cut it down yet is we're going to chop it down with the competition chopper, and then we're going to cut some water bottles or slice some paper or something in one shot. We're not going to pull away, we're not going to cut away, so nobody can say, well, he took it and sharpened it after he chopped the tree down. None of that. We're going to do it all in one shot, so you know for sure that I didn't sharpen it after I cut the tree down. And we'll see how one of my blades holds up to chopping down a tree, and then slicing some water bottles and maybe slicing you know, a sheet of paper and stuff. So hey, I really appreciate y'all being here. It's a short video, I know, but I just wanted to catch everybody up on what's going on around here, and let you see what's been happening. And you know, we had birthday parties to go to. I think I've been to 4 birthday parties in the last month or so. So
It's like perfect.
Yeah, you're in my way.
I'm in a sugar frenzy. Okay, can we do this again tomorrow?
Yummy! Killian! Yum!
he's just digging in, ain't he? Look at that. We never let our kids do that. Is that good? Is that good, pumpkin? Wow. Anyway, a lot happening. Plus I've been having to work some Saturdays and stuff, so like I said, it's our busy time of year, and I haven't had a lot of time off. And probably the #1 killer of me doing a lot of videos this time of year is the heat. I mean, when it's pushing 100 degrees, I can't hardly stand to be in that shop. I just come outside and I start sweating. So it makes it real tough to try to do a whole lot out in that heat. I mean, I have a real hard time with the heat. I do much better in colder weather. So fall is just here. This is September, what is it, the 14th, 15th today. So we're pushing into fall. Weather should start cooling off, and we'll start having a lot more fun with our videos and our projects and that. So again, guys, thanks for being here. If you haven't yet subscribed, please reach up there and hit that subscribe button and ring that little bell so you'll get notifications, and give me a few likes on this, man. That helps. If you like a video, that helps with YouTube recommending the video. The more likes I get, the more they'll recommend my videos, and more people will see them. So please hit that like button too. And remember, always be safe when you're working in your shop. Don't cut corners. Don't do things haphazardly. Wear your safety goggles, safety equipment when you're grinding and stuff. Put on a mask. Don't breathe that crap into your lungs. And just mind your P's and Q's and be careful. And by the way, get out to your shop and do something. Work on something. Clean the thing. You know, I've said it over and over. You know your shop is dirty. My shop is dirty. I need to clean it. But just be safe. Take care of yourselves, guys. We'll see you on the next one.